Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, welcome to my presentation. First of all, let me introduce myself. I'm Chandra Adhitya Saputra, you can call me Bima, and my co-author is Zuliani Delimonte. We are from Faculty Economic and Business University of Indonesia. In this very nice occasion, I would like to present our paper under the title How Indonesian Startup Went Through the Valley of Death Period. The agenda today, introduction, literature review, researchology, result finding, and of course conclusion and recommendation. Recently, many startup companies in Indonesia are broadcasters fail and going bankrupt, as Ethereum, Stoco, Kilapa, and so on. There are many reasons startup to fail. One of the reasons is run out of cash, not obtaining new capital, and inability to manage human capital. To face this failure is the company must turn around the implementing strategy focusing on operating run efficiently based on the survival-based theory. The study aims to reveal a turnaround strategy in the survive startup company in Indonesia as PT Eximco Logistik Indonesia. To measure the impact of the implementation of the strategy, we use financial ratio to measure efficiency and Z-AMA score to measure risk of bankruptcy. What is the turnaround strategy? Turnaround strategy is actually conducting different strategy and striving to change the company's fortune by adjusting the fundamentals of the company's strategy as acquisition and divestiture. Gattainer summarized the literary review and stated that there are 5 phases of turnaround strategy as management change, to obtain fresh perspective on the business matter and organizational culture. Second, evaluation phase, to formulate the strategy through diagnostic company's condition and operation health. Third, emergent phase, stop cash bleeding and generate positive cash flow. Fourth, stabilization phase, to improve profitability and acquire acceptable rate of return on investment. Fifth, regrowth phase, to pursue market expansion and solid growth. To obtain deep down understanding related to the cause of startup failure and the startup hurdles, the turnaround strategy implementation and the impact of the strategy implementation, the study used a case study approach using the interview and financial statement data. And to measure the impact, we use financial ratio and Z-AMA score to measure the efficiency and, of course, the risk of bankruptcy. The result and finding of this research consists of 3 points. First, the market and company's condition. Second, the turnaround strategy implementation. And third, the impact. First, the companies and market condition. Basically, PT Eximco Logistik Indonesia, or the company, was established on August 7, 2019 and operate in the freight forwarding industry. The company used logistic and international trade technology as a digital platform, integrating several services provided as international trade and custom clearance. The company's revenue and costs are exposed to the fluctuation of international container shipment price. The price fluctuated significantly from January 2019 until November 2022. On September 2021, it increased significantly, reaching 10,014 USD. On November 2022, the price was only 2,400 USD. It was caused by this disturbance in the supply chain that influenced the industry since the beginning of the pandemic. The shipping industry struggled with the queue of the port regulation, lack of workforce, difficulty in capacity utilization, and lack of new customer shipment. This disturbance influenced the increase in operating costs, container shipping price. The company financial statement stated that the company has significant revenue growth. In 2020, it generated 12 billion rupiah and grew 3.5 times in 2021 to become 56 billion rupiah. However, it also had a negative operating cash flow in 2020 and 2021. The remaining balance of the cash in the bank into 2021 only able to facilitate the company to operate only in 3 months. This experience of the brink of death valley made the management understand to pursue sustainable growth and formulate the strategy to ensure the company's survival by utilizing the capital funding from the investor efficiently. The company also didn't have any standard operating procedure. It impacted the company's loss from the underlying loss on the underlying documents, affecting uncollectible receivable. And also, the company has the exposure related to the hurdle from Indonesian habit practice in the freight forwarding industry that using hard copy document. They need to educate the customer and the vendor related to the digitalization of the freight forwarding company. And also to integrating internal apps or the company's digital platform is a challenge since the Indonesian custom clearance it needs several improvement and development to pursuing the integration between the company's platform and the Indonesian custom clearance platform. The experience of the brink of Death Valley in 2021, the company formulated a strategy to efficiently facilitate capital funding utilization when receiving the next equity funding campaign amounting to 4 million USD or equivalent to 57.2 billion rupiah in 2022. In utilizing funding, the company takes several measures to accommodate the turnaround strategy from the inefficient operation to the efficiency mindset, which consists of several strategy tactics such as assessing the company's condition, management change, working capital improvement, and cost management. The strategies start with assessing the company's condition, categorized into these three sectors: resource management and market, and formulated strategy tactic as management, working capital improvement, cost retrenchments, cost retrenchments as the emergent phase in the implementing turnaround strategy in 2022. Management implement the standard operational procedure or SOP as a control to mitigate the inherent risk of the operation. In 2022, management established the SOP and obtained ISO 27001 related to the information security management. It also pursues ISO 9001 in quality management and 45001 in health and safety environment in 2023. This SOP consists of operating flow process such as human capital, finance, operation, legal, strategic planning, information technology, quality and health and safety environment. Besides the management change, the turnaround tactic implemented by the company is improving the working capital through cash management, decreasing the account receivable balance, and negotiating payment terms with vendor. Finance division perform cash management as weekly and monthly cash flow forecast report usage of cash flow in payment to vendor, corporate bills, utilizing in financing, weekly and monthly estimate of receivable collection. So, in decreasing the balance of account receivable, the management decided to increase the account receivable team from one employee to three employees, and also pursuing the long-standing balance with the commercial division. Furthermore, the company has difficulty in negotiating with the vendors since in 2021, the company tend to pay the amount due late. To facilitate the gap between the vendor's due date and the customer's due date, the company utilized financing or P2P lending, which determined by each project that the interest of the financing will be charged as the project costs and give pressure to the commercial team to increase the gross profit margin to compensate the P2P lending. So, as the common knowledge in Indonesia lately, the several companies are in Indonesia, Nabiza News, Link ID, DDID, and so on, perform the employee layoff and reduce costs. However, as the company's operation director, the company didn't use this approach. As a general strategy tactic, the company pursued cost retrenchments by eliminating unnecessary corporate bills such as outing and luxury goods, and no increase in the salary and allowance for the performance appraisal in 2022. The assessment of new employee recruitment, and moderate expenditure in the marketing costs. So, what is the impact of the strategy that implemented by the company? Uh, if we see the calculation of financial ratio, we should highlight the activity ratio shows that the company's ability to manage the asset effectively and efficiently increased as asset turnaround from 1.8 times into 2021 increased to the 3.1 in 2022. In addition, days in sales and receivable also improving from 124 days in 2021 become just 70 days in 2022. The net profit margin, return on asset, and return on equity underwent improvement in 2022. Furthermore, based on the Z-amount score analysis, the awareness of the management relative to the brink of debt value position is reasonable. In 2021, the result of the Z-amount score was 1.23, meaning that the company was exposed to the bankruptcy risk. After implementing this turnaround strategy in 2022, the result of the Z-Alma score is 1.78, showing the improvement and shift to the classification to a gray area. Even though the company is still exposed to the bankruptcy risk, that should achieve 2.99 result to liberate itself from this exposure. Finally, the conclusion and recommendation of the study. Basically, there is a limited study on implementing turnaround strategy in Indonesian sub companies to survive. This study contributes to the field by evaluating a turnaround strategy conducted by a freight forwarding company. After implementing a turnaround strategy, the company improved regarding to the loss profit margin and operating efficiency measured by financial ratio. It lowered its bankruptcy risk as measured by Zetana score. However, the company's journey in implementing the strategy started in 2022 should go forward to the next period to achieve sustainable growth and be free of bankruptcy exposure. The company is still experiencing a loss in the net income, in the income statement, and negative operating cash flows. It is classified in the gray area of Zetana score, which is still exposed to the risk of bankruptcy. Therefore, based on the study literature, the company should fulfill the positive operating cash flow in emergent phase to move on to the next phase of turnaround strategy. Due to limitation of the objective research regarding to the financial information of Indonesian startup companies, the study picks at the startup hurdles and the effort to survive in implementing the turnaround strategy, which is the focus in the emergent phase. Hence, it needs further study to understand the next phase of the turnaround strategy. Let's close this presentation with the quote from the CEO of Andalin. He said that every day is the first day. Get to work with the same excitement as the first day, every single day to pursue the success. So thank you so much, guys, for listening our presentation. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.